Hello, I'm Dr. Timothy Lewis, and I'm here to talk about the book, The Poetics of Matthew 1. So by Timothy Lewis. So this is a book that took 6.5 years to write. A lot of research went into this book. The subtitle is The 5 References to Mothers and Other Patterns. So it's all about the patterns that help us to answer questions that we haven't previously been able to answer. So previously we've had guesses, lots of guesses, plenty of guesses, but usually the answers weren't thought to be in the text. So why are there references to mothers in the Messiah's genealogy? Well, the usual answer is just we don't know, so we have a guess. There's no answer in the text, so we just have to have a guess. So this book is all about showing the patterns that answer these questions for us. So the poetics is the way the text works, the patterns, the intricate details that are put there in order to help us to unpack what's going on. It's a really good book. And so this video series, I'll be going through each chapter, what's in each chapter. So the biggest question is left till chapter 10. That's the pattern of the 5 references to mothers. So the earlier chapters are other big questions that are also very, very important questions. For example, why does it refer to Jesus's genealogy as a genealogy? Is it calling it Jesus's genealogy if it's not? Why is it calling it a genealogy if it's not Jesus's biological genealogy? And the word is Genesis. What does the word Genesis refer to in verse 1? And again, it refers to the Messiah's Genesis in verse 18. What does that mean? Another question is groups of 14 generations in the genealogy. Why is it grouped into 3 groups of 14 generations? Is there an answer in the text? Yes, there is. What else? There's Joseph being called a righteous man in verse 19, even though he's apparently about to do the wrong thing. That doesn't seem to make much sense. Does it mean that he would have been a righteous man if he did a different? Anyway, it's a bit that's again, that's something that is something we can discover from Matthew chapter 1. Another chapter. Actually, I should just look at the. What have we got here? Chapter 3. Chapter 4. Very difficult chapter to write. Talking about things that we think that are in the text that are not actually there. That can distract us from finding what is actually in the text in Matthew chapter 1. Another good one is verse 22. It says, all this has now happened, seemingly before it's all happened. What's going on there? Anyway, there's lots of questions. There's about 10, well, there's probably more than 10, but there's 10 chapters where I look at least one big question per chapter. So it'd be quite exciting to go through and go through each chapter. So the next episode I'll get to chapter 1 and look at that, and looking at all the questions for Matthew chapter 1 that we don't need to guess anymore. There actually are answers in Matthew chapter 1.